Hey, Transformers, we're joined by a very special guest. I know all my guests, I tell them they're a very special guest, but we got like the special of the special guest
Oh
today.
God.
We got Johnny joining us, and Johnny has lost 50 pounds, 50, in 4 months. And this is his graduation call. So he's ready to graduate our program, for people that graduate our program, they're at a point in their fitness journey where they don't necessarily need the hands-on accountability. They know how to eat healthy. They know how to work out on their own. They know how to progress. They know how to maintain. They know how to integrate everything in a lifestyle. And then we feel confident as coaches that they're ready to tackle the whole world, the next couple months, the next year, the next decade, without ever having to worry about gaining all that weight back. Where I see people go wrong is, they lose a little bit of weight and then they gain it back over time. So Johnny is an exception to that. He's gone through a whole transformation. He's lost weight in record time. He's built all the habits. And so he's here to share with you guys an in-depth story of, where he was before joining a program and joining a program, like what worked for him, tips, strategies, his whole journey throughout the whole 4 months, and then hopefully to inspire some of you guys to follow along on the same path. Like throughout this journey over the last 4 months, Johnny was the only one that was able to hit 50 pounds in 4 months. Everyone else, they've lost, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 25 pounds, 30, 35, but you're the only one that hit 50 in 4 months. So we have the cream of the crop joining us today, Johnny. So take it away, Johnny. Like before you joined our program, obviously you weren't happy with your health, your fitness. You were busy, like you're working full time. You were a full-time student as well, and you're not even from here. Like you're from you're not even from Vancouver. So share with us like where you're from, where you were before joining our program, and what were some of those struggles.
Yeah, so I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, and before the program, I was really in a place where I was feeling really disappointed in myself. I had lost a lot of weight coming out of a surgery after feeling like, I was overweight most of my life. And so I was really excited that I lost that amount of weight. But then I gained it all back eventually, went back to my old eating habits. The pandemic hit, and I was not doing anything for myself. Instead of just staying home, working from home, eating a lot, and experiencing a lot of experiences that people have done in the past 2 years. I was in December 2021, so that was just the past December, I was feeling really sad about myself because I had come to a place where I was before the surgery. And I just had a lot of thinking about how that could have happened, or why it's been so difficult for me. And I just realized that I was mostly disappointed in myself because I never really felt healthy or felt confident about myself with by trying hard for it. Like surgery came and I lost a lot of weight, but then it wasn't really something that I controlled or something that I worked hard for. And so I was really sad. I was really disappointed. I lost all my confidence. I didn't want to see people. I mean, not a lot of people saw a lot of people during that time. So, but at the same time, when there were pockets of opportunities that we thought, things were getting better, I was so afraid to have people be with me because I was afraid of what people might have thought of me when I would come and see them. And so there was just this one moment where a friend of mine had posted something about perform and transform, Anton. And he was just really, and it was a video like this, and they were talking about how successful he was in this program. And at that point, I immediately messaged both Patrick and Anton to talk about this program because not only, it's exciting, there's this new fitness program, but, you know, coming from a real, like, relationship wise, I really had a good relationship with Anton. He's a really good friend of mine, and I trusted him a lot. And I said,
Mhm.
if this is something that he's doing, maybe it's something for me. And so I ripped the band-aid, and immediately I messaged those two people and I said, hey, I'm interested about this. What is this all about? And so that's where my journey started. I just really just went for it. There was a lot of doubts, but I I really needed a change at that point. I felt like my body was just really asking for that change, and my brain.
Yeah, sometimes the obstacle is the way when you hit like a low point and if like sometimes when we're comfortable, we don't want to change, right? We're comfortable. But once we hit a low point, it's like, oh my goodness, like I definitely need to do something. And it's like a wake-up call of like, okay, I've kind of let myself go over the last couple months or the last couple years. I definitely need to do something. And for a lot of people, they do nothing. They procrastinate and they wait for all the stars to line up before they take action. And so one thing for you is, you took action right away. You saw Anton's video, you contacted Anton, you contacted me, which is great. And I remember that conversation the very first time where I was like, if you're anything like Anton, you're going to get some crazy results. And you're like, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think I'm anything like Anton. You're
Yeah.
right. You're not anything like Anton. You've exceeded Anton. You lost even more weight than him, which is pretty incredible. And I find a lot of guys, they struggle with pride, right? Like, I want to just figure it out on my own. But there's nothing
Mhm.
wrong with seeking help and having some coaches. The best athletes in the world, they have coaches. The best sports teams in the world have coaches. The best, professions, the best people in any professional have mentors and coaches along the way to help them out. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you were part of a group where Anton was like your leader and kind of mentored you in a few things, right? And so you
Yeah.
already had that trust built up, so it made taking that next step a little bit easier. And so was there any like doubt in your mind when you first like joined our program? Like, what was that like when you're like, I know Anton can do it, I've seen some other clients, Coach Patrick Exchange, do it. Was there any doubt like, could I do it? Like, would this program, would this
Mhm.
process work for me? What did you go through any of that doubt?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people who struggled with weight and fitness, this is, I think this is a thought that goes through their heads and mine for a while, and that's just like, if nothing has worked, why would this one work for me? Like, I've tried all those things, like, I've tried mainly like counting calories, yeah, calorie deficits. I tried keto, I tried being vegan for a little bit. Um, I tried just like working out, but at the same time, like not really having that nutrition piece. I tried a lot of things. And so in my mind, I was like, yeah, this is something that I could try, but I'm not so sure because, you know, I'm for myself, I'm turning 30 this month. And I thought, like, within the whole 30 years of my life, like, the only thing that's really been successful in making me lose weight again is when I had surgery. And that wasn't even the time where I actually worked for it. So then, yeah, that was definitely my doubt. The fact that I've tried so many times and was unsuccessful. And I thought, I don't know about this, but let's give it a try anyways.
Yeah, that's a huge shift that you made because a lot of people, when they experience failure, it just wipes themselves out and then, they don't keep trying. But the opposite of success is actually not failure. The opposite of success is comfort or complacency. You get comfortable. The opposite of great is good. You get comfortable being good and you don't want to be great. And so but when you fail, it's actually an opportunity to grow and to get better. And so, you've tried a lot of different things that didn't work. And this is a great analogy. Like, Thomas Edison, right? He invented the light bulb. And guess how many times he failed?
20.
He tried to build the light bulb 1,000 times. And it was on his 1,000 and first attempt that boom, this thing that he was building, it lit up.
Oh,
And then now it like revolutionized like modern society. right? And so, people would ask Thomas Edison, is like, why didn't you just give up like the 100th time you tried? Like people back then, there was no such thing as light. And so people thought he was a crazy person. And he said, you know what? I didn't fail 1,000 times. It wasn't a thousand. It gave me 1,000 opportunities to learn what didn't work for me. And so that was huge. And so yeah, you've learned a lot of different things that didn't work for you, and then you finally found the opportunity that did work for you. And so and some people joining our program, they'll want to try it out for a week, maybe they want to try it out for a month, but you went straight in 4 month guaranteed program, like sign me up on the dot.
Yeah.
What made you go from, is this something I want to try out, or is this something that's like, I just want to jump in like 4 months, like let's do it. Like what made that shift from, instead of trying out for a month, going all in?
Uh, that's actually kind of like a really funny story, because while I was talking to you guys, it was that exact same day where I had to buy stretchy pants for myself
Okay.
because like my waist um was just like I had a belt and it was like holding on to the last hole,
I
and
see.
it was just like super uncomfortable, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. My pants are so tight, my belt is so tight. I really need to buy stretchy pants. And so I had to buy stretchy pants I think an hour before meeting with you.
Oh
And I was
wow.
just like
Everything happens for a reason, eh?
it was just really disappointing. And so I was in a different state when I was talking to you. I was sad, I was disappointed, I was really angry at myself. And so I was just like, no, like this needs to happen immediately. You know, I can't slow down with this anymore because I can't continue to feel like this. And
So that the
so,
motivation was really high.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. And now I
And
have multiple stretchy pants in my closet that keep falling now.
you got to get a return if they let you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so speaking of motivation, right? Like some people, they tell me they struggle with motivation, and motivation is there to kind of get things started, but motivation isn't something that's going to take you to the finish line, right? And during the 4 months together, there's probably so many days that you didn't feel motivated to, follow the nutrition plan, or wake up early for working out, or when your knee was bugging you to continue to push through and show up. And so motivation, it ebbs and flows. Some days you're going to be motivated, some days you're not going to be motivated. At the very day you're motivated just long enough to take action and join us for the program. But what really catapulted you throughout the whole 4 months was probably discipline and probably building habits, right? And so talk to us, what was it like, you know, making that shift from relying on motivation to, all right, like I just got to build these habits and show up and do the things that I'm supposed to do, even when I don't feel like it. Like, talk to us like about, that process of building the right habits.
Well, something that the program offers that has really helped me through that is the accountability piece. I think like um, I think one of the reasons why I wasn't so successful in the previous years where I was trying to um, lose weight and to be healthy was just that nobody was like really, I felt like nobody was looking up for me. I just felt like I was doing it on my own and I didn't have that knowledge piece. And so that's you know, having a coach to, hey, like, let me know about what you're eating today, or I'll see you there later in our workout. Or even in days where I felt like I wanted to like eat something that wasn't necessarily part of the plan. Um, a coach that kind of just gives you a little bit of kindness and grace, like, hey, like this happened, let's move on, you can do it again tomorrow, like you can try again tomorrow. And so for myself, I think like um I react in a way when people um give me like it's like a positive relationship. That's what motivates and keeps me moving for every part of my life, just having that relationship with people. And that's something that's really important to me. And so that's kind of something that kept me going. And I know that I'm graduating from this program, but like the fact that my coach Aki, was saying, hey, like I'm here, you can have my number, you can reach me, talk to me if ever you need me again, or if we can talk about something, if you're wondering about something. And so um that makes me feel like, I'm in a safe space, I'm in a safe place. This is where I'm supposed to be. And so that was really a big aspect of the program that has really helped me moving through. There were days where I felt like, again, like you said earlier, full-time work, full-time school, having to plan out every part of my life. There were days where I felt like I wasn't motivated, or I felt really disappointed. I felt too stressed. I felt overwhelmed. I had a lot of anxiety. But then again, I had a coach who told me, like, hey, give yourself some kindness, like, have some grace for yourself right now, and let this be like a moment and not something that impacts your whole journey. And so that was something that I really, really appreciated.
Yeah, accountability is huge. When you're doing well, it's like you got someone on your back cheering you on. It's like when you're running a race, you got like, someone lights a fire in your bum and you like run a little faster, right? I don't know if you've seen that clip, that clip where, there's this Olympic athlete and then like blows his Achilles and he's like trying to finish the race and the
Mhm.
father comes down from the stands and like grabs him by the shoulder so they can finish the race together. Like, I feel like accountability is almost like that. Like when you're doing well, there's someone to cheer you on. When you're not doing well, there's someone there to pick you up, and then someone to find that right balance as well. And let's face it, most people know what to do to lose weight, right? Gotta
Mhm.
eat better, I gotta move more, right? Super
Yeah.
simple formula, right? Super simple, but not very easy to execute. And so that accountability is to hold you accountable from the beginning all the way to the end, encouraging you at the right spots, updating the workout plan at the right time, getting you in the mindset where you feel like you're getting you to the mindset where it's like it doesn't matter what you're going through, you can still do this. And so for me, like when I work out by myself, it's like, maybe I'll push myself 50%. But as soon as someone's watching me and someone's coaching me, it's like my
Right.
intensity level ramps up to like 80, 90, 95%, just for the fact that someone's watching me. Same thing with nutrition, right? If I'm by myself, Friday night, late night, there's a box of donuts in the fridge, no one's there to watch me, I'm probably going to pick out the box of
Yeah.
donuts, right? But if it's like a social gathering and it's like, there's food around, but you want to be mindful that, other people gets their fair share of food and you don't get a chance to pick out, just from that social factor, people that are there, you're less likely to go pick up, right? And so accountability is almost like that. And so, we've kind of held your hand throughout the 4 months. We've asked you to send us all your food pictures every day, and you've been consistent with that. We've asked you to do your workouts. You've been very consistent with that. Track your weight, track your progress. You've been very consistent with that. And you've been doing a great job at this. Some people, even though they know the formula of what they should be doing on the program, they're not as successful. Things come up. Sometimes they make excuses. Sometimes they get discouraged. But you've been able to sustain that consistency from beginning to end. And so, what was that daily grind like? That daily process, and was it easy to maintain that process, like sending us your food pictures, doing your workouts, tracking your weight, doing everything we asked you to do, answering our messages? Like, was that easy, or did you go through like some roadblocks and some obstacles? And what was it like from like month 1, 2, 3, and 4? What was that journey like?
I think like in the beginning, I was struggling because I really wanted to eat something that wasn't part of the plan. And so I would have, like, I was really afraid to post it. And so I remember in one of our coaching calls, that was what was addressed. Like, hey, like, even if it's bad, like, it's fine. Just like, you know, send it to us. And it's okay. Like, we're not going to judge you. And so that was something that was a big struggle for me because I just really felt so embarrassed. And sometimes, like, over the course of 4 months, like, that still happened. But
It's a
I
good
just,
embarrassment, right?
yeah, it's just really just, I had to push through that kind of like insecurity and just like the fear of being judged. Um, but what I learned throughout this whole experience is that everything is so much better when you're having a lot of fun. And what I really enjoyed for myself is the opportunity to try out new recipes and to like really enjoy the flavor. For the longest time, I've had this tendency when I was on a diet. Um, like it's just gonna be a salad, like, the pre-packed things, or like even just like really dry and not flavorful recipes. But what really helped me push forward is looking up recipes and finding some things that I was really like excited to eat, that I was really looking forward to have. And
Yes.
they're not really necessarily like boring stuff. Like they're amazing things. Like I learned how to make tacos, and
There's a ton of taco recipes in that cookbook.
yeah, and like a lot of delicious things can be healthy. And so once I figured that out, I was able to create a system where I would make, I would plan for my food and have groceries done in the weekends, and then I would cook on a Sunday night, and then it'll be ready for the rest of the week, and it'll still be delicious, right? And so I had to find a way to really like just get myself excited. And right now, I even would say that like I'm still excited to have my food every day,
Oh
um,
yeah, there
with
you go.
something that, yeah, like this week I have a taco salad. I'm all about the tacos these days. Uh,
Nice.
um, in terms of like uh, um, working out, I it was just really a community. People pushed each other, people encouraged each other. Even in our coaching calls, we're able to just connect and share successes and kind of like our struggles throughout the week, and to have people encourage you and ask you to keep going like that. Like I said again, relationships um, are key to me. And so the fact that there are those people that you can enjoy your time with and have fun, um, it just really made me push forward. And it create like with that sense of relationship and fun, I was able to create a routine around that and just really enjoyed every experience or every part of it, even in the worst days where I didn't want to do it.
Nice. Sounds like you're really enjoying the process. Like you're enjoying your food, you're enjoying the workouts. The workouts are not a grind. You're looking forward to seeing the group, looking forward to encouragement. You're looking forward for your meals. And so we kind of evolved our cookbook throughout your program as well. When we first started, I think we had like a 50 recipe cookbook, and now we expanded that to like 100 recipes. So that was pretty
Mhm.
cool. Did you find the cookbook and the meal plan helpful? Like what part of it, yeah, what part of it really helped you out?
Well, pictures. The pictures really like, yeah, like again, um, I came into the program thinking that food is going to be boring when you're trying to be healthier. And so when I looked at the cookbook, there were really some things that I really genuinely enjoyed, and I thought, hey, like this is something that I could do and that I would want. And so um, the variety that you have in there has really helped me, has really encouraged me to keep going with it. But at the same time, like it also served for me as an inspiration, because once I got through the stuff that I wanted to eat from your cookbook, I kind of branched out to like things that I saw online.
Excellent.
Um, but I had that knowledge already about the amount of things to eat. And so I was able to easily look for for recipes online that kind of match the same kind of nutritional value as the ones in your cookbook. So yeah, that just like as an inspiration, as a tool, it really helped me out a lot.
And that's really key because we're teaching you how to be independent. So now you're graduating your program, you're ready to do everything on your own, right? Where some people struggle is they become dependent on like a nutritionist, they become dependent on a trainer, where it's like, okay, like I have my training sessions Tuesday, Thursday, 6 p.m., but they never really develop the discipline to work out on their own. All right, I got my meal plan that my dietitian assigned to me, but they never developed the happen to go ahead and research their own recipes on their own, or hey, I got a private chef that just cooks me all my meals. I don't know if anyone has private chefs, but I got my spouse that cooks all my
I wish.
meals. I got my parents that cooks all my meals. And then guess what happens when you move up from your parents' basement? If you still don't know how to cook, you rely on Uber Eats, skip the dishes, DoorDash, and that's a recipe for gaining weight. And so you really took ownership of like, owning up to doing the workouts and building that habit, owning up to researching your own recipes, planning your meals, prepping your meals. So those are all excellent things that you took away from the program. And so I feel really confident that now you're able to graduate the program. You don't have to worry about gaining that weight back if you continue to follow that process. Talk to us about that 4-month progression. Like, what was it like from month 1 to month 2, month 3, month 4? Did you hit any plateaus? And what did you do and what did we do to help you get through some of those plateaus?
Um, in the beginning, and I said this a lot in our coaching calls. In the first 3 weeks, like I immediately lost a lot of weight, and what I said in our coaching calls is that I felt like my body was really just begging for a change.
Mhm.
So like I noticed that it like dropped right away. Um,
How much weight did you drop
really,
the first 3 weeks?
I think I lost like 15 pounds the
Oh my
first 3 weeks.
goodness. That's good.
Um, yeah, and I just got really encouraged from that. I think like seeing the scale go down.
Yeah, getting those
Um,
early wins motivates you to keep going.
yeah, exactly. It was really good. Um, I didn't really hit like a major plateau um until like the very end of it. Um, where it was just like
Yeah, there's
really
only so
slowing
much weight that
down.
you can lose.
Yeah. Yeah, and so but then, you know, coming from our personal coaching, when I talked to Coach Aki, we thought that it was doable for me to lose more at the last month and a half. And I was like, yeah, like I feel like there I can do some more. Like I don't feel like that good yet. Like I feel like there's some more that I could
Yeah.
do.
Our first call, remember you told me your goal, you only wanted to lose 25 pounds?
Yeah.
We like doubled that goal. It was incredible.
Yeah. But then like I said again, the accountability piece and just like, hey, let's change this up a little bit because um actually a month before that, like uh I wanted to make a change because I was like feeling really full at nighttime and like I wanted to uh like I was really craving carbs at nighttime, which is something that in the program where like we try not to do because carbs at nighttime. And so I decided to do like intermittent fasting. And I knew a lot about intermittent fasting before, but something that I like, just as a side note, something that I really enjoyed about this program is that you and Coach Aki are both very knowledgeable about topics about the body and nutrition and all that stuff. And so I got a lot of information about intermittent fasting. And so I said, like I get so hungry in the mornings when I have to do my job. And sometimes I just like, you know, give up and just like eat anyways. So we made a plan to do intermittent fasting at nighttime. So like I wouldn't be I wouldn't eat the carbs, but also at the same time to have that gap to where your body can just really digest your food and like work and like do all the magic that intermittent fasting does. And so
Yeah.
that's what I did. And so eventually, like after even like a few days, like my body just like it was a huge slope and it just kept going down and down and down. And so um like I said, like your guys' knowledge about certain topics has really helped me be confident about the decisions that I make in terms of nutrition, and also in my fitness as well. And so not a lot of major plateaus until the very, very end, where I didn't even have to change much, but I just really had to look carefully about what I was eating.
Perfect. That's amazing. And at the very end, it's not even a plateau. You hit your goal and you're going to
Yeah.
maintain your weight at some point. Otherwise, you're going to be
Yeah.
like 2 pounds, right?
Yeah.
So wrapping up the call, Johnny, like, can you share with the viewers, how much weight have you lost over 4 months with us?
So I started off the program in beginning of January as 202 pounds. And so on the last day of my 16 weeks, I gained, I not gained, I weighed 152 pounds. So that's a total
Oh
of
my
52
goodness.
pounds. It
50
just came,
pounds in six
yeah,
weeks, 16 weeks. Incredible.
yeah, yeah. So, and then that last day too, is just like that was the day where I lost 50 pounds, not 49, but 50.
Nice work, the big 50. How does it feel? How does the clothes fit? How's the confidence? How's the energy? Like, what does it feel to? I've never lost 50 pounds, so I can't, I don't know what that's like, but what does it feel to have a completely transformed body, mindset, habit?
I I gotta be honest, I keep looking at myself in the mirror because I'm like, who is this person?
Hard
I
to even
haven't
recognize yourself, right?
I I haven't weighed 150 since I was like in junior high. So so it's been a long time ago. And so I have a lot of confidence. And like remember when I talked about my belt and like the holes on a belt, like I'm at 6 now instead of 1.
Oh, you lost 6 belt sizes. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
nice job.
And so a lot of
I
my
think it's
clothes
time to
are,
retire that belt.
yeah, seriously. Um and so like I'm just feeling like I for the longest time I felt like I wasn't fitting into the clothes that I had, and so now it's just like they're huge, but
Now you're
at the
still
same
not fitting
time,
into your clothes. They're like sliding off you.
yeah, you gotta get into that baggy clothes trend, I guess, now these days.
Yeah, we gotta get you
um
the fitted clothes.
um but I'm like I feel really confident, like I'm excited to like go out and um look good and dress up again. Like I feel like I have all the confidence. Like if I were to have this conversation with you end of December beginning of January, I would have I would have been so embarrassed to talk to you in front of this camera, but I'm here and I feel really good about myself. I feel really like first of all grateful from the program, but at the same time I just I'm finally kind to myself.
Yes, yes. And when you start to take care of yourself, your body, everything else starts to improve, right? Like your mood is better, your confidence is better, your clothes are fitting better, you have more energy, your sleep is better, productivity is better, your relationships are better, everything starts to improve.
Yeah.
Some people they wait for all the stars to line up before they make a change. And it's like they're wondering why they're like hitting this rock bottom. And it's like, well, I can't exercise because I'm not getting enough sleep. I can't exercise because my house is a mess. I can't exercise because my knee is bugging me. I can't cook because my husband does all the cooking.
Mhm.
And there's just all of these excuses that line up, and there's a reason why they're at their space where they're not happy with their body. But for you decided to embrace change, and it wasn't comfortable, like
Mhm.
doing everything we asked you to do, right? But what's worse, the pain of gaining weight and being overweight and dealing with body image and anxiety and all the health concerns that go with it, or the pain of going through the change and like you losing the 50 pounds, having a brand new body, having brand new confidence, right? Like which change would you want? And so I'm super proud of you, Johnny. Any last tips for all the viewers? Like if someone was watching this video and they haven't joined our program yet, and by the way, if you watched this video and you've seen Johnny's story, you got to take action and schedule a call with me and my team to help you out. But any last tips for all the viewers?
um I say just I don't have a lot to say, but I think it's just go for it. I think if this is something that you've been thinking about in terms of like making a change for yourself, I think just, climb over the fence and just do it. I think like I've realized now that, like you said, waiting for stars to align hasn't been working for me. Uh, I also am a major procrastinator, but I think like you deserve that. Like I deserved it. I deserve it right now, and I think you deserve that for yourself. And so I think just really go for yourself.
Right. Well said, Johnny. If you guys want to participate in our transformation program, 16 weeks, just like Johnny, you'll lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. Multiply that out over 4 months, and you'll be down a minimum of 15 to 30 pounds. Guaranteed. If not, we work with you again for free until you do. And who knows, maybe you'll be the next Johnny, where in 16 pounds, sorry, in 16 weeks, you're not going to lose a minimum of 15 to 30 pounds. You're going to lose 50 pounds, 50, just like Johnny. So Johnny, super proud of you. Keep up all the hard work, and looking forward to hearing your continued success.
Thank you.